Hello, this is Jerry Norton, and I am going to be performing a deal review on 1204 Melrose Avenue in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, zip code 19027. So I go to Redfin. I can do this on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, Trulia. I prefer Redfin over all of the other public real estate sites. It's not in all markets, but it happens to be in Pennsylvania, so I'm going to use it for this deal review. So I put the address in there under Find a Home, and I'm going to search for it. All right, and okay, so it's telling me it's located right here. What I want to do is I want to get to the specific listing of it. Okay, so here I am with this property here in Redfin. It is showing it as off market. Now I'm doing a review on this because one of my Finder students has this property under contract and has submitted it to me through my Power Flipper 3X program, which is a program that allows you to submit deals to me. If it meets my criteria, I buy the deal and pay you a $10,000 Finder fee. So this is a deal, so I'm not sure how he got the contract, but it appears to be off market, not for sale, but here it is nonetheless. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to go down to where it's this little box right here where it says map nearby homes for sale. Now, because it's not currently for sale, it's not going to pull up any kind of listing, right? So this is showing me that it's the third lot in, right? See this box right here, third lot in on Melrose from West Avenue. So kind of, northwest of West Avenue, third lot in on the south side. Okay, so I just want to look at that before I go to my map. Then I'm going to click here on map nearby homes for sale. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up a split screen. It's going to show me my map right here, and then it's going to show me property details over on this side, that's why I love Redfin. So we are right here. Here's West Avenue. Here's Melrose. So we're the third lot in. So this home is right here. So first thing I like to look at is kind of lots. It looks like the lots are all pretty similar. This house here's got a bigger lot, but it's kind of a grid-looking system. Here's a major road. So I try not to, I probably won't cross and look at comps over here, even though they're not far away. A lot of major roads are divider lines. I am a little curious as to what this stuff is over here because that's, across from us. But here's West Road, and then it gives me a few things going on here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over, I'm going to make sure I'm on table view, not photo view. I'm going to click more filters, and then I'm going to do some filters. And by the way, I've got this pulled up over here. Here's what this house looks like as a reference. So here's the house right here. I did find it on Zillow with a couple pictures. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to click on house, because I want to make sure this is Philadelphia, or yeah, Philadelphia area. So I want to be careful that I'm not in a condo or townhouse area, which is a lot of Philadelphia. So I'm also going to look at my solds first. I'm going to turn for sale off and turn solds on. It automatically defaults to 3 months. I want to go back and do a year. So I want to look at solds in the past year. And our square footage on this house is 3321, which is important to know because I would definitely want to put a filter in. I'm going to go 2,500 as my minimum and probably 4,000 as my max. Right, so I'm kind of in between those two ranges. And then let's see, I probably won't put any other filters other than that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, beds and baths, I'll leave that alone for now. And then I'm going to go down and it says there's 6 homes. So I'm going to click see 6 homes. And so now those are on here. What I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to, it gave me 6. I can see a couple of them right here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit, just give me a better view. Okay, so you can see here now it's pulling 2 over here on the west of this main road here. Some down here. Looks like there's a, so what I'm going to do, since I don't want to go on that side of the road, I'm just going to drag my map over a little bit. There we go, picked up a whole bunch more in this corner. The other thing I look for here now is a range. Before I start looking at comps, I'm right here. We got a 350, 345, 370, 325, 299, and a 415. So that's a pretty consistent range of, like mid 350s is most of these, right? 350, 325, 345, 370. The biggest one here is 415, and then the lowest one's a 299. I like these comps or I like this feels to me, we're right here. This is kind of what I want to look at. This one here is quite a bit higher. These are consistent as well, 399, 350, 381, 323. Looks like though we're kind of more in the heart of like a development. All of this kind of circles down into here. So it feels a little different to me than kind of up over here. Again, I also want to find out what this stuff is over here. Is this a school or what's going on? And so I need to remember to kind of check that out as well. Whatever is across here can definitely impact the resale value of our home, right? Because what are people looking across the street at? And how does that affect resale? But for now, let's just go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grid out. I'm going to draw. So I'm going to click the draw button down here. And I'm just going to say, you know what, I want to kind of look like this. And I'm just going to stay away from this circle here. And I'm going to try to hit, this range. I should pick up those comps. Yeah, I did. Great. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's showing me those over here because I circled them, right? Now if I put my mouse over it, it highlights it. See how it highlights it in red? And that's each of these homes. So then what I can do is if I click on it, it will pull that one up here in the view box. That's why I love Redfin. I don't have to open up all these other screens. So here's this one on 328 Harrison, which is our highest one. It is big. It's 3825. So it's about 500 square feet bigger, which makes sense why it would be selling for more, right? But the big thing I want to look at right here is this, price per square foot. Price per square foot. So this sold for 108 bucks a foot. Now it is bigger. That's why it pulled 415. And then this one here, just below it, sold for 325. It's a little smaller, 2,900, almost 1,000 square feet smaller. It got 110 bucks a foot. Pretty consistent in our price per square foot. Now, price per square foot's everything because it allows us to measure apples to apples, right? So if you look at this and you say, oh, 325, 415, that's a big spread. Well, it's not much in price per square foot. It just happens to be bigger than this one, 1,000 square feet bigger. Now this one here, 370, this one pulled 127 a foot. Okay, so got quite a bit more. This one here for 345 pulled 122 a foot. This one over here for 299, which is smaller, it's 2,500 square feet, got 119. And then this one here for 353, real close to us, it's actually on Melrose, only got 102. So it's given us an average. I love this about Redfin too. It averaged out my comps here and gave me 114. Okay, now I could spend a little more time right now and take a look at these. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll drop the outliers, right? So if I drop 102 and I drop 127, where does that give me an average? And then that gives me a little better, assumption here. But it's looking like about 114 a foot. Now, what I'll do is let's just look at this one here. This is our highest one. It's 2,900 square feet. So it's actually a little smaller than ours. But let's just go through and look at some pictures. And you can see here that this is pretty well done. Nice updated white kitchen, granite, wood floors look really nice. You got some nice beams going on here. Looks really very nicely done home. Let's just go through the pictures. Lots of wood floors. It's definitely retail, meaning someone's living in it. So I would call this a very well done home. Okay, and that's probably why it pulled 127. Let's see now how that compares to the low end. Oh, no pictures. So that really makes it difficult for us because we don't have pictures to get an idea. Now, just to be sure, if I click on this again, or click on this, yeah, okay. So it's not on mark. I was just wondering if I could get more pictures, so I'll go back here. What's our next lowest one? 108 up here. Let's just see what 108 a foot gets us. Okay, so kind of some darker colors. All of this dark wood is a little dated, but nice. I mean, nice kitchen. Just looks a little dated to me, but not too bad. I mean, this is still pretty nice looking home. But all these dark wood colors are kind of going out right now. You can see the radiators too. I don't know how that'll affect. These older homes might all have that. But still a nice home. And, nice curb appeal, nice sharp looking home. Let's just look at this one. There's not that many to look through. See what they look like here. Okay, so I'm not overly impressed with this one, but you can see here white kitchens are kind of the thing over here, which is kind of a lot of markets. Granite, I mean, pretty sharp looking home. Nothing special, but solid. Let's look at this one here on lodges. All right, so pretty similar, pretty consistent. I'm not seeing a huge discrepancy in these comps, from a quality standpoint. Now, what's interesting is, in a minute, we'll take a look at ours to kind of see how we compare. But I'm not seeing a huge difference here. Let's try this one. Kind of same thing. You can see these all look pretty similar, right? So I actually feel really good about 114. I would probably drop this 102 just because it's low. We don't have pictures. So if I get rid of this one, then how does that adjust my price per square foot? Now, usually, I don't know why it's not, but usually Redfin allows me to export all this data, and then I can do this really quickly. But let me just do it on my calculator real fast. You can kind of see what I'm thinking here. I'm going to take all of these comps less this 102. So I'm going to take 108 plus 110 plus the next one, 127 plus 122 plus 119 equals 586, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divide that by 5. That gets me 117, so it bumped me from 114 to 117. So I would probably at this point go with 117 a foot as my ARV. Now, so if I take 117 a foot times, what are we, 33.21. So 30 times 33.21 gives me an ARV of 388.5. 388.5. And I like that number. It falls in line with kind of where we're at, right? I mean, it's a little higher, but some of these are smaller homes, right? 29, 28, 25. So that feels about right. Now we got to make it look retail. If I go look at pictures here, ideally I would have a lot more pictures to look at. For now, I don't. But here's this home. Kind of fits that kind of older home, historic home look of the neighborhood, so that's good. But I can't quite tell what the roof is. It might be okay. It might not be okay. Definitely old wood windows here. Oh, okay, so great. So that was a big question I had. What the heck is across the street? That's beautiful. I mean, it looks like a park or something over there. We're not looking at a school parking lot or whatever, Costco or something. So that's good. But look how beat up these windows and doors are. So definitely some window work. And these are probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we're in a historic district. But these windows are going to be pretty pricey. They're going to be custom windows, mutton bars. You really want these windows with these, it'll look really nice with windows. But we might need to do like wood pillow windows that are 2 or 3 times vinyl windows. Kitchen here, definitely dated kitchen. Might be able to get away with painting, but those other kitchens were really pretty nice kitchens. Definitely granite. This is definitely tile needs replaced in this kitchen. Wood floors, definitely might be able to save some of these wood floors, but this base is really thick, like 8 or 10 inch base trim is really nice. We want to keep all of that trim look, but a lot of woodwork to be doing here. See these old wood windows? Those are going to all need updated. I try to keep a lot of these historic doors, pull this wallpaper off, make sure our boiler's in good shape. And then, okay, so got the character, these rounded, archways and things. Those are really cool. Lighting package. Some of these wood floors, though, are pretty rough. Look how cool this kind of old, I love this old architecture, kind of neat. Definitely need to do some railing work. Pretty rough on these. Gotta get rid of this popcorn ceiling. Yeah, no, that's going to be tough. I don't know if that can be sanded out or not. It'd be nice if it could. But a lot of these old windows, there's another kitchen. That's it. That's all we have. So there's a lot more information I would need. At this point, I would probably just assume a very heavy rehab. What's our, let me see what our bedroom bathroom count is. 7 beds, 5 baths. So this is going to be a pretty extensive rehab to get this thing to pull, 117 a foot. Um, because it's big, 3,300 square foot and a lot of work. But again, for me to do at this point I'll have to make some assumptions about my repair number, and because I don't have a full set of good pictures to kind of go through each item. But if I did, then I would go through item by item and get a rehab number. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a heavy analysis, and so I'm going to use my formula to do that. So give me 1 second to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Flipster software, my deal analyzer. I'm going to go pick that property on 1204 Melrose. This is a fix and flip. I'm going to go ahead and pick heavy rehab, which is carpet paint, roof siding, windows, etc. Because I don't know for sure, so I have to assume high. And I'm going to put no on the wholesale, and I'm going to click calculate. And give it a second. But what it's going to do now is it's going to run the algorithms that I created for my formula, and I follow the 65% formula. So here we are. Here's our 3321 square feet. The zip code pulled 164. We're going to adjust that to 117 because we did a deal analysis on that. It gives me 388.5 as my ARV. My rehab is set at 90. I think I'd probably bump this to, I think I'm just going to bump it to 100 just to be safe and cover everything. I'm concerned about the boiler. I just don't know. There's a lot of bedrooms and bathrooms. In fact, I think I'm going to go a little higher because we're 7 bedrooms, 5 baths. That's a lot of bathrooms to update. 5 bathrooms. Estimated closing 9, 6, and 20%. I might bump this down a little bit, but that gives me a buy of about 142, right, based on a 65% formula. So that's what I would need to get this deal at for this deal to work and fit the formula. And hope you found this helpful. This is Jerry Norton, and I'll talk to you soon.